Seattle, Washington, home to renowned franchises, present and past, from the Seahawks to the Supersonics. There is a cornerstone program in this city. It is the Huskies of UW. They've always had a place here, a place of excellence that these fans hope will continue. Takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So Washington's offense is on the field for the first time today. And as we look out on the field, here comes the man who makes it all go, and that's this quarterback.
Yeah, and he's big time. That's why he's up for all these awards. He's known. Everybody knows exactly what he brings to the table. He can run it. He can throw it. They're expecting a big day from this young fella.
Caught in the backfield, it's Frank. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
Listen, I know there are a lot of DBs out there that all they want to do is get interceptions and dance in the end zone. This dude likes to put his face in the fan, get close to the line of scrimmage, and tackle. And on the opening drive that he's out there, he gets a huge tackle for loss early. That is a statement play.
He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. And the Huskies have it with a 1st and 10.
And I think on that last run play on 3rd down here early in the game, they're making a statement that we believe we're the more physical team and we're going to run the football even if you know it's coming at you. Nice job. They got the ball at midfield. I expect to see more run plays coming up.
Those outside runs, if they can get the edge like they do, great job by the right guard, right tackle, getting the edge. And now what does this do? This makes cornerbacks come up and tackle, safeties come up and tackle, as opposed to linebackers and big defensive players. You get your guy out in space where he can use his speed and his physicality against guys that usually cover and don't come up and make tackles.
After trying the running game on 1st down, they come to the line on 2nd down. Wide out in motion. Looking downfield, it's Nunez. Quick strike complete. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
They're working that left side. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a 1st down. Washington will snap it in the red zone. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. After the quarterback and receiver couldn't connect, it's 2nd and 10. Handoff from the gun. Running with power.
When running backs square their shoulders up, it's when they have the most power. You see him square his shoulders up, break tackles, be strong, continue to plow his way forward, just making it really easy on everybody in this offense by breaking tackles.
On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies.
You love as a head coach to watch your offense take the field and establish a rhythm and consistency the way they did there. Everything they dialed up was working to perfection. They go 10 plays on the opening drive and cap it off with a touchdown.
And they did tack on the extra point. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. So Boise State's offense has its first opportunity of the day. And how about this matchup of a couple of guys who just don't get tired and don't mind being handed the football, Jesse?
And I love this matchup, too, because in modern football, it's all about throwing the ball and spread and tempo and air raid offenses. Let's go back to toting the rock, old school, 2 of the best running backs in the business here.
And the defenses now, like, they know the challenge. They know these guys are going to tote it. They got to be physical, committing guys to the box, not letting these running backs have success today.
That is an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding the window between the zones and delivering that ball on time.
Looking for room, it's McNabb. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Scanning the field, it's Crosby. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. And this is the type of defense that have made the Huskies a factory for pro players.
Yeah, and Reese, when I think about Washington football, I think about defense. I think about right place, right time, great thought process, just physical, make you earn everything they get every single year.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Picks up the ball and tries to make something of it.
Man, those are backbreakers. Defensively, you get so excited. You force the fumble, I'm going to get a turnover, and the offense falls.
And the Broncos will punt this one away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Boots' first of the day away was called on 4 times in the victory last week. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got it done running the ball.
And David, I don't think you have to overthink this thing. If they can't stop you running it, why would you stop handing it off? Just keep at it here on this drive.
Well, and if I'm the defense, I'm making some changes. I'm bringing in more big bodies. I'm playing more aggressive towards the line of scrimmage. I am not going to let them have that kind of drive again.
That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
Now, that's what you try to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Quickly out to the tight end. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. I was starting to think about what they would do if they didn't pick up the first down here, but I guess that's a moot point now.
Moot point for sure, and the head coach was probably telling them 4-down territory, we're going to keep a field goal, whatever the next decision was going to be, and now the OC's like, don't worry about it. New set of downs, nice execution by this offense.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. Pressure coming. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
Defense is all about creating negative plays, and he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. That's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off. He takes off and gets a positive gain.
The Huskies are marching down the field. He wants to throw, using the back as a receiver on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
And so many things have to come together perfectly for a screen to work for big yardage. And they were close. You could tell that almost busted, but they just got wrapped up, got a little bit of yardage, but they really wanted that one to be a big gainer.
They'll try the run. They get him stopped after a 2-yard gain. Ball's at the 17. They've started a pretty good drive. This will be the 7th play, but they need to convert 3rd and 5. Floats it out in space. And he's going to be just short of the first down. It's going to bring up a decision for this coach. They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. And he'll try this one from the left hash and 33 yards away. Never a rout. And that will extend their lead even further. So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Boise State ready to send out that offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of...
All kinds of running room. He's at the 40. And it looked as if he might take that one all the way to the house. Just ran out of a little steam, and the defense finally got him.
This guy strikes fears into the hearts of every defensive coordinator, David, with that speed. If you give this guy any open grass, man, he's gone.
It's just silly. Look at the angles, people trying to catch him, but he's got so much juice. He can outrun those angles and make enormous plays.
Tough run in this part of the field. He's got 4 down to the 23.
Just a simple power play. Power football. Be strong, be big, be physical. Make it a fourth quarter game. Make him feel you, keep him off balance.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. Wide receiver now comes in motion. They'll give it to the back. Able to make the stop after a gain of 2 to the 22.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
He finds his man, and he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. He knew that he was coming. He had to get rid of it in a hurry, and he did so beautifully.
Perfectly. I don't need a big gain. I don't need to hold on to this football because the longer I hold on to it with the blitz coming, the worse things are going to happen. I just need a few yards for the first down, get it out of my hand, get the first down.
He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. He'll keep it himself. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Boise State. He'll try to tack on 1 more.
Man, you've seen the evolution of the option, and you've seen the evolution with scrambling quarterbacks that can run and be so dynamic and just so much to defend. The quarterback says, forget that. You defend everything, I'll take it myself. In for 6.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Final play of the quarter coming. To throw, it's Nunez. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Washington has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Here's the handoff. They work their way to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 5. When the Huskies are moving on the ground like this, you will bow down to Washington.
Yeah, and I tell you what, with all the rain they get out there in Washington, you better have a dependable ground game that you can go to and establish that tempo. Obviously, harder to throw the football in the rain, so dominant, physical trenches.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Well, right away after picking up the first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back, and I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that now. What opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
Across the 25, he's got room. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Washington.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Tulsa is down right now, but this young man under center has shown some moxie today. We could see a legend born in Chapman Stadium. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Western Kentucky. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. First down for this offense. Snags it quickly on the left. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. And they'll come to the line with less than a yard to go. Trying play action. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
Most offensive coordinators want to be really aggressive on second and short. And I love the quarterback here. He drops back the pass thinking being aggressive. Nothing available. Scramble. Give me an easy first down.
Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. At the 35, he's got room. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit.
This guy just gives you nightmares. I mean, he's just got so much electricity. He just pulls it down and chews up yards like it's nothing. That's a quarterback. A quarterback doing that to your defense.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Working that left side. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. The Broncos come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Back to pass, it's Crosby. He'll pull it down. Keeps it and headed to the end zone. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Broncos.
He doesn't need anything to be open. He just makes it happen himself. Hey, I'm going to call a pass. You know, I want to throw the ball down the field. Oh, it's not open? Okay. I'm just going to pull it down, make it happen, take it to the house. What a scramble by the quarterback.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
They'll see if they can find some running room on the right here. Still on his feet at the 45. Oh, there were a few steps there. He was thinking touchdown, but they finally get him down after the big pickup at the 25.
And right there you see the key to this football team's success. Not just offensively, they rip off explosive plays. That's why they've been winning games here as of late. They can get chunks at a time. They've got playmakers all over the field.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
Tackle is made right at the 20-yard line after a pickup of 4.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
They're going to mark him down, and where that spot is looks as if it's going to be just a hair short of the first down. Fourth down and inches, and you go read any book you want to, any analytical measure, and it will tell you, go for it. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped. There's never a doubt about going for it there. If you don't go for it, you send the message to your team you don't believe in it.
I mean, that close, literally you're talking about falling forward. I can't fall forward and get inches. Man, I'm taking my chances with that.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Huskies.
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. The kickoff unit about to go to work. He'll start the return inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point.
And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
Well, with his speed, they're going to keep blitzing him over and over because you'll get results like that right there. Kind of reminds you of Joe Kelly, a great linebacker at Washington in the 80s, or maybe Mason Foster as well. Those guys can go sideline to sideline, but they can also blitz. This guy can do it all.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Makes his connection. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. And the Broncos decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. That's usually prime return position, but he'll make the fair catch just outside the 40. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over-'em football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive to try to stop the run? I got to do something to break the rhythm of that running game.
Dropping back, it's Nunez. Quickly complete. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
It's really nice when you're an offensive coach and you can basically attack the whole field. When you got an arm like this and you can just, boom, put it on a line, it's really nice to have that.
On 3rd and short, the run and looking for the first down. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down. Firing to the right, complete. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the first down.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
This time they'll go to the running game. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down.
You know, you start day one of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. They're not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need it.
They make the stop, and this running game moves the chains as they get the first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision... tightness, and he's got to burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it, and right now he's doing some damage on this defense.
From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10.
Yankee blue! Yankee blue!
From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
Makes the grab on the left. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a rhythm.
One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. So close to that end zone, he could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. We got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
Powers forward. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Washington. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead.
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, and gets 6.
And he makes the extra point. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. They'll come out and take a knee, and that should send us to halftime. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, looks like we've got a great scene today in Seattle.
Washington about to boot it deep to start things in the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive. Like this offense, when I'm playing from behind, every possession means so much more. And if you look the other side, the defense, they haven't given much resistance.
Yeah, nothing has gone their way in the first half offensively. And you know now, based on how this defense is playing with their confidence, that you are going to be challenged on every single snap. So buckle up, get your mind right, and get ready to come back in this game.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He's got an open man, and he's brought down after a huge completion. Love to see the fearlessness of a quarterback to work the middle of the field.
And he's got so much confidence in his own arm talent to be able to get that football there before the defense can break it up.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Right back to the well. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. Let's see what they find in the playbook for 3rd and long from the 43. Downfield, and he needs a bunch. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. The Broncos will punt it away on 4th down. They'll look to pin him deep. He will not make a fair catch. Field the punt and bring it back. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been...
Fires into traffic, intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And that's why as quarterbacks you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
They've already got a bunch of sacks on them today and another quarterback pressure. This offense has to try to find a way to get the ball out a little bit quicker, to protect the quarterback a little bit more. Whether it's screens, whether it's draws, whether it's rolling your quarterback, something has to change for this offense to protect the quarterback a little bit better.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one.
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. And on fourth down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. He'll need to strike this one cleanly from 48 yards out. Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out.
Well, it's a good news, bad news scenario. You got the pick, and you would have liked to have paid that off with a touchdown, but because the drive stalls out, we're still happy to get the field.
So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down.
Really nice looking pinpoint throw there. And when I think back to Husky QBs, you think about Warren Moon, you think about Mark Brunell, the Heward brothers, what about Jake Browning? All made really good decisions. This guy, he's got a lot of arm talent, but he's also very smart.
And that play just looked to be a mess from the snap, and he's run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll try to overcome that last play on 2nd and 15. They go to the ground. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. They'll try to run for it. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs.
25 offense in college football, and I like what they do. They can run the football on 3rd downs when they need to. They show you right there. They've got some balance to them. They really know who they are. They have a good identity, and that's why they've been so successful this season.
He's got it on the right. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the first down.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
The running back has it. Tough sledding there as he picks up 1 to the 29. They probably feel good about their field goal chances from the 29, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. They're trying to get to it. He'll try to do it himself. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Washington coming to the line with another first down. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Getting some heat. Nobody open. He just throws it away, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. They'll run the option. He'll pitch it. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Husky.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done. He can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Boise State ready to send out that offense. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game, but I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
Clock ticking away as we have 4 minutes left here in the third. Looking to throw, it's Crosby. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
And it's been a long day for this offense. If you can't protect your quarterback, it's hard to be successful. That's the 5th sack they have given up. The offensive coordinator has no answers, and this defense has been flying around.
He'll pull it down and run. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. And the Broncos line up to punt it away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Playing a field position game as he makes the fair catch right at the 50. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, Dave?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive.
Got a lot of running room. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. They keep count of their number of explosive plays, and that last one has them set up 1st and 10 at the 19. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
It's now 2nd down.
Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll run the toss. That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
He got it. And now the lead is even bigger. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Wisconsin is in trouble right now, and unless something changes, this is the type of day that can crush morale. Not Bucky's finest day at the office. They're trailing by 18 to Michigan State. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Wide open downfield. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a 1st down. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Give to the back. At the 45 on his way. Can anyone catch him? And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Broncos!
Man, I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that, and he can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners. When he kicked it in gear, we got the long touchdown.
That drive took no time at all. A couple of plays and finished it with the long run for the touchdown.
25.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down. And the Huskies come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical, they wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, the offense is trying to get a big-time playmaker the ball out in space quickly with the wide receiver screen, but the defense is having none of it.
He leaves it with the back. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. Washington has a lot of things working, set up with another first down. The give to the back. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9. Went to the running game on first down. Now here they come again. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. Able to pick his way forward for a decent gain before the defense gets him down.
I think you run that play on 2nd down knowing it's going to make 3rd down easy. You're not trying to hit a home run. You don't need the big play right now. Now you know 3rd down, everything's on the table, everything's available, high success rate.
Really nice job to convert that 3rd down, and they've got it at the 33. They're getting this guy lathered up. Miles ahead for a pickup of 1 to the 32. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Leaves it with the running back. And brought down. Looks as if that's how we'll end the 3rd. That's the end of the quarter, and Washington has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings.
Washington, 41. 25.
One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. They've changed ends of the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work. They'll try to move the chains on the ground.
Great job by that defender. I mean, he timed that snap count perfectly, got into the backfield, and created the negative play.
Perhaps emboldened by converting a 4th down earlier in the game, they'll try a 2nd time. Try to get it on the ground. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a 1st down.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just keep running the football. Everything is going according to plan right now. They've been able to stay on the field. They've put some nice plays together back to back to back, and they're bleeding the clock. This is exactly what you practice for situations like this. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the 1st down. And if they can find the end zone here, that might be all she wrote. 1st and goal. They'll try to power it in. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? They'll try to pound their way in. Touchdown, Huskies! And the pummeling has started. With that last score, things comfortable here in the fourth as they are headed to a 7-1 record.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. So that was a lengthy 17-play drive, and it was closed out by the short yardage touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away. The incomplete pass leaves him with second down. Back to throw, it's Crosby. Working that left side now. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on first down. Setting up the screen. Still on his feet at the 45. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. The Broncos will snap it on 1st and 10. Back to the air one more time. Grab near the marker. It's Need. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Trying to find his man on first down. He'll get rid of it. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. This offense has a second down play. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
You know, it's one thing to take shots early in the game when the defense may not be expecting it, but at this point, fourth quarter, you're trailing by a lot. They know you're going to do it, and the defense was expecting that one. Great job in the back end.
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes in the 39.
And as a defense, a lot of times you're coming to the game and you're just trying to limit the damage when you play a really great quarterback. And they've done more than that today. They have dominated this football game. The offense has carried their weight, and this is looking like a great outcome.
And they are stopped on fourth down. That decision will be questioned. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense, to be physically pounded. The run is coming. You know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting the push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. They'll give it to him again. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. It's first down from the 37-yard line.
29 Philly.
One man in the backfield, and he gets it. They're trying to send a message with this running game. He stopped after a pickup of 4 to the 33.
Small gain, I know. But again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
I love this defense's ability to fight off blocks and rally to the football. They do such a great job pursuing that wide receiver screen to only allow a minimal gain and no first down.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Yeah, and that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that third and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing a fourth down.
Here we go.
They'll go with the running game on fourth down here. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. No big secret what they're trying to do here. They've kept it on the ground. It's 1st and 10. Running behind that left side. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll go right back to the run. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing, of course. This team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game. Running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that.
Touchdown, Washington! And the route is on. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
Nice job on the route and catch by the tight end scoring that touchdown. And it doesn't matter what play this offense calls. All game long, everything has been working. This has been a masterclass in offensive productivity.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first down, finding positive things.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
A strike downfield. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. He'll come out throwing on first down. And they got him for the sack.
And I bet the frustration meter for this offense is so high. If you can't keep your quarterback upright, it's hard to move the ball. It's hard to score points. This offensive line has not protected him at all, and that's why so many sacks keep happening.
They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. On the move, he fires. Got his man downfield. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. And the Broncos are on the move. Used the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the wideout. Got him downfield. They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. He's looking to throw it. Pocket starts to collapse. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Steps away. And the defense gets to him, but not before he reaches the 2. The line of scrimmage, the 2, and these final 2 yards might be the toughest here on 3rd down. Trying to pound it in. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Boise State.
Yeah, and listen, that is awesome to see the guys continue to fight, continue to keep competing, because this game is over. Like, we don't need to fool y'all. We're not trying to get y'all to stick around and improve ratings. Like, the game's over, but you're continuing to fight. You powered in for the touchdown, and show your kids that we're going to always fight no matter what the score is.
Lining up to add another.
The kicker is on for the extra point.
And it's perfect. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Tulsa is currently up big right now in a game they'll be talking about all along Route 66 for some time. They're up 14 over Western Kentucky. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The offense set for a first down play. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Stuck with a running game on first down. Now here they come again.
Cut.
Pulls it and fires to the left. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock.
Man, that's the advantage of having a good coaching staff that teach these players in this type of situation with the lead late in the game, you want to stay in the field of play and keep the clock ticking. They do that after that nice run.
6-yard pickup on first down, leaves them with 2nd and 4.
691, Gators far.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Smith dropping to pass. Fires toward the end zone. Into double coverage, and they made him pay. It's intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And they'll take over.
Decision by the quarterback in terms of where he was going with the ball. Just don't like the accuracy. That was not good location on the throw. Got away from him a little bit, and the defense able to come up with a big pick.
And the pass is intercepted.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always remember your first. Your first interception. He'll always...
Oh, what a grab by the defense. Trying to take it back. A dangerous cover man and a dangerous return man after the pick as he gets it all the way to the 44-yard line. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Good timing on the quick out. Oh, look out, there he goes. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. The Broncos looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. Looking to go up top on first down. Can't hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. And is going to be batted down. They'll turn it over on downs. The offense will quickly use a timeout.
Got it.
Ready to fire from the pistol.
Arrow. Lasso.
They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Makes a connection. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50.
Here we go.
The give to the back. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Yeah, they've had a day, and it's the complete and total offense. They got the ground going, and obviously this is why you see him. You're going to feature him because he can churn those legs, get those extra yards, but they've had balance, throwing for touchdowns. Like, this offense has been very complete today, and that's why they're winning so big.
Offense has a huge lead right now in the 4th quarter, and they're just going to run this football to try to ice the game. Being more dominant, being more physical at the point of attack.
Now on the option. Oh, and he can't hold the pitch, and the ball's loose. They recover their own fumble. Somehow, who knows how they got that thing back. Lost yardage leaves them looking at 2nd and 14. And he's dragged down.
Well, the defense wasn't expecting that. They had a lot of guys back into coverage. That was 2nd and a lot of yards to go, and they got caught off guard. Not enough guys in the box to control that running back.
They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. And they don't have to go for a touchdown. Touchdown, Huskies! And the punishment has been extended. With that last score, being comfortable here in the fourth as they are headed to a 7-1 record.
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Boise State ready to send out that offense. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent today.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face and it stinks, but you're not good enough. And today they were not good enough. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to flush this down the toilet, not remember it, forget it, move on for the next game. Maybe something right here I can create positive that carries over to practice and maybe next week.
And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. And after this play, the cake will be baked. On third down, going up top. And they got it. Didn't have much of a chance on that one, and a fitting way to put a capper on this game. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them. An absolutely dominating performance.
You got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the open.